Here's how I transformed this piece in just under an hour. I started by fixing the biggest issue: the proportions. The head was too large for the body, especially around the chin, so I reshaped it to make the character feel more balanced. Next, I adjusted the neck and simplified the hair into two main colors, a lighter cream and blue. This helped establish a clearer light source and made the design much cleaner. I then cooled down the face, because the yellow tones were clashing with the rest of the piece. After cleaning up the eyes and lips, I added one main shadow shape to give the face more structure. The dress was one of the biggest problems. The shadows looked painted on, instead of following the actual form of the fabric. I changed the brown into red to better suit her personality and connect with the colors already present to her eyes. After that, I focused on making the fabric feel more realistic by creating clearer sections of light, mid-tones, and shadows. I softened the edges where the fabric curved, while keeping stronger edges where the folds needed more definition. I also darkened the back of the dress and added blue ambient light from the surrounding environment. One of the biggest issues with the original was that every edge was blended the same way. A good tip for fabric is to study references and think about how the material would actually behave. For example, tube folds often have darker shadows running parallel with highlights between them. But this changes depending on the fabric and fold type. Finally, I refined the smaller details by adding jewelry, hair highlights, shadows, and extra polish. I also added a hat and veil to give the design more meaning, showing her status and helping explain the amount of decoration in her outfit. I continued refining the lighting by deepening the darker shadows and adding more contrast between the highlights and shadows. This helped separate the different materials and made the forms feel more three-dimensional instead of flat. I also adjusted small details throughout the piece, making sure the edges, colors, and values work together to guide the viewer's eye. Throughout the process, I kept checking proportions by flipping the canvas, especially around the head. To finish, I added the hair, dissolving into fire, and brought back the white veil to create more visual interest, and tied the design together. Thank you, and follow for more tips. I also do design critique commissions.